Hi, good afternoon, you guys. I just want to come on real quick. I'm not normally a YouTuber, but today has been one of those days where it's just been one thing after another. And I'm coming on because this scripture has just spoken to me in so many ways. It's Romans 8:28, and I'm going to read it from the CSB version of the Bible. And it says, "We know that all things work together for the good of those who love God, who are called according to his purpose." We don't always know God's plan for our lives. But if we're obedient to him, if we're obedient to his instructions, then we know that all things are going to work together. Well, I've got three children, and my oldest is 21. I have a 12-year-old and I have an 8-year-old. I also have a 10-month-old grandbaby. But what's more troubling is that knowing when you do everything that you can for your children, you go you do everything that you can, period, in life. You're doing everything that God is calling you to do. You get up, you pray, you work, you get them to school, you come home, you cook, you have a roof over their heads. God has blessed you with a car to drive. He's protecting you. He's providing provision. But then it seems like when it rains, it pours. You have this unexpected thing happen. You have this unexpected thing happens. And when you're trying to build up to a point where you can live in the overflow, you don't feel very blessed at that moment. I don't know about you, but sometimes it's hard for me to see the blessings in my trials. And so I'm having to take a pause and say, all of these things that are happening to you, Margaret, are happening for your good. He's teaching you some endurance. He's teaching you some perseverance. He's teaching you to truly depend on him for everything that you have in life. That one setback, guess what? It might be one setback, but then he's setting you up to take two more steps forward. I had somebody say, what, my husband, who happens to be a minister, wants you to come speak at Our Lady's Day. This was this morning. So I took a step forward. Yes, I had a setback when I checked my mail today, but you know what? It kind of balanced itself out, because guess what? God is always already making provision for me to make up for that setback. So no matter how we perceive things, we need to go back and look at what was written in Romans and what Paul wrote here when he says, "We know that all things work together for good of those who love the Lord and are called according to his purpose." And it's so funny because this section of scripture is titled "From Groans to Glory." We groan and we murmur about what we're going through. We groan and murmur about our afflictions. But you know what? It's those afflictions that are all going to come together. God's going to work it out so that, you know what? In the end, you're going to have glory for it. Stay on your knees. Stay humble. I'm speaking to myself as well as I'm speaking to you. You guys have a blessed weekend. Hope your services are well tomorrow, wherever it is that you worship. We hope that you are truly finding the truth of the gospel so that it can change your life. Love you, and God bless.